Well, that was a tough game. The weather conditions certainly were a factor in this one, and Wyoming played hard like they always do. We expected that. I thought it was more difficult to throw the ball as the game went on, and I think for both sides we saw that. Really, the key to the game became field position with special teams. We did some things on special teams that were good. We did some things that were not good, and I don't believe we didn't win the turnover battle tonight. We still found a way to win the game. And I told our guys, proud of them. This was a tough travel. We've been off for a couple of weeks, and going into this one, we wanted to earn the opportunity to play in that championship game, which we did tonight. And some of it wasn't pretty. We know that, but that's football, and certainly it is in the conditions that we played in. Wyoming, credit to them. They played hard. The quarterback, was injured earlier in the week or that last game, so I don't know what he had to overcome to play in that game, but they showed toughness as well. And we were out. We had some guys that were out, some key players, had some staff and different things that other staff members had to step up this week. So there was a lot of stuff that went into this game plan and preparation that just under the circumstances with COVID and everything became a very large challenge, and we were still able to find a way to get it done. So proud of our guys. We'll celebrate it for 24 hours. Right now our goal is just to get home at this point, and that our travel is safe and everybody makes it. And that's the goal. That's the focus right now. And once we get home, we'll discuss this game. We'll watch it. We'll put it to rest, and then we'll move on to San Jose State, which we had a little bit of a taste as far as preparation goes for them. And congratulations to them. They've had a tremendous season, undefeated, and they put themselves in the championship game, and we're looking forward to playing them. So, questions?
PJ, go ahead.
Coach, defensively, to hold them to 82 yards rushing, only 146 total yards. They were 2 for 17 on third down. What does it say about your guys? I know the conditions may have played a part in that, but to dominate the way you guys did on defense.
Yeah, our defense stepped up. I thought those guys really played well, especially up front. Their tailbacks are very good. Their number 6 came in and played. I know that he's a very good player. We'll see him again. And I thought our front 7 did a really good job. We tackled well. We were able to do some things in the back end. I think they hit one play over the middle on us early on, and then after that, our coverage was very good. It was tight all night long, and the defense, a lot of credit to them. In a game like this, you want to see your defense really step up, and they were able to do that, and it was a physical game up front, and those guys came through.
Weird 2020 like this, having the cancellations, having guys miss games due to COVID, everything you guys have had to overcome this year to be in the championship game again for 4 straight years now. What does it say just about this team, what you guys have done this year?
Well, for the consistency piece, it says a lot about the players that have been in this program, and a lot of these guys have been a part of those teams. And I think these guys have standards. They have standards every year they set for themselves in the off season. They work through the summer and into fall camp, and as the season begins, the goal is to put ourselves in this game and to play for a championship. And these guys have been able to do it this year. And 2020, with all the factors, have been so many things these guys have gone through, and certainly to be back in this game right now, we just want to finish. And there's going to be things that probably change this next week before we get into the championship game. So every day is an adjustment. Every day is trying to, like we talked about, be amazing problem solvers. And these guys have been able to do it. One thing, more than just the football piece, these guys have learned to cope with a lot of things. And we certainly know that there's a lot of people that are worse off than we are. And I hope the example of what we're able to do on the field can give, people some hope and some inspiration. And we want to finish and go play against San Jose State and try to win another championship. That's the goal.
Ron, go ahead.
Coach, Hank comes out and his first pass of the game is an interception. How did you see him respond for that, and how would you grade his performance the rest of the way?
Yeah, we planned that just to challenge him, right, just to get him going. So they did a good job. They changed their coverage. They changed their coverage kind of on the snap, and he misread it. That's what it comes down to, and they made the play on it. But he came back, and the thing about Hank is, guys make mistakes, and he accepts it, understands what it was that needs to improve, and then he's able to come back out there and execute and drive us down the field and score. We answered back once we did that, and then as the conditions just got worse, it became more difficult to really cut it loose. We were more conservative on third downs rather than throwing it like we normally do in certain situations. We were running it, and that was because of the factors of the weather. And so Hank did a good job tonight. He played hard. He took some shots, and that's what I love about Hank. He shows tremendous toughness, and he's able to overcome things. That's at that position, you can get upset and down very easily because there's a lot that is on your shoulders. And certainly the first throw out there, you throw a pick, hey, you got to get back in there. We need you. And he was the guy tonight, and he was able to do that and lead his team and found a way to win. So that's what it comes down to, and that's what it takes. That's part of playing that position. Sometimes you win games like this, and maybe from an offensive standpoint, it was ugly at times, but in those conditions, it's hard to play quarterback. Your hands are cold, and things are not really going that well early on in downs, and you got to throw it at times. And we missed a couple throws, but we made some good ones too. We were able to convert some third downs, and there were some big time plays in there. So, hey, that was part of the game, and we overcame it, answered back, and were able to win.
And we saw Chase active for the first time this season. Was that just an emergency situation with all the other quarterbacks out, or was he actually healthy enough to play?
He's able to play, but it's an emergency situation is what it was. And, we got some other answers where guys can step up and play too. It's not ideal at all to go into a game like that. But Chase is a team player, and he had himself ready to go for whatever it was that we needed him to do. And fortunately tonight we didn't need that. Hank was able to finish the game, which, under the conditions, that's probably not a situation I hope we'll ever be in again. All right, as we get into the 21 season and beyond, but it is what it is this year.
And in your opening statement, you alluded to some staff missing some time. Did any coaches or staff members not make the trip tonight?
We had some coaches out. Yeah, we had some coaches out. We had some staff out, and there were some position groups where other coaches stepped up, and position groups really coached themselves and managed themselves throughout the game. But that's part of it. We're not, that's happened across the country. I mean, it is what it is. And when that happens, I'll tell you what, that's not normal. We've never really been through that because you always have staff, right? Players in normal seasons get injured and things happen. It's tough. I can tell you that. It's tough. And I was proud of our guys to step up, the ones that needed to. And we had some of our players that were stepping up too and doing some of the things that our coaches normally do. That's the beauty of the guys that are on this team, is if there's a role that they can fill, then a lot of guys are stepping up and willing to do that. And tonight was one of those examples.
Can you tell us which coaches were out?
I'd rather not.
Thank you.
Jay, I got time for one more, then I got to let Coach go.
Well, if that's the case, Bryan, in a game where passing conditions were far from ideal, how did Hank, handle going into the wind some of those times? And then Khalil has 105 receiving yards in those conditions. And I don't know if you know this. I have to credit Dave for this, but Khalil says he's planning on coming back in 2021. I don't know if you have confirmed that yet, but I'm assuming that's music to your ears.
I've prayed about it often. Yes. But no, I haven't had that conversation. We haven't had that conversation with any of our guys. We're so focused on it right now. And just to be fair to everyone, I think everybody knows what Khalil means to this football team. He's a captain for a reason. He's obviously a tremendous football player. And, those are his decisions. I will do whatever is best for our players, and I support him. We obviously want him on this team and a lot of guys, but we haven't had that conversation. There's just so many factors right now that we have to sit down once the season's over and figure out, because what's been put upon us is something that no one's ever dealt with, and rather than just trying to rush into it, we got to really think about it. And it's not just my decision, it's the players' decisions too. And right now our focus has been on what do we do to get ourselves into each game every week and prepared so we can go win that game. And the focus was Wyoming. We hadn't played in a couple of weeks. I think some of that too, we had to knock the rust off a little bit. And certainly that showed up tonight. We'll be better once we play in the next one against San Jose State. And I think there was a lot of things in this game I hope we got out of our system so that we will be better when we go play again. But, you know, for as far as our players go and the guys on this football team, it's 2020. And I'm only focused on 2020 and what these guys set out to accomplish. And to me, I think that's the most fair thing to do at this point, is just to stay focused on that. And then some of these guys, just let them finish the way they want to finish and not get caught up in all the other stuff.
Thanks, Bryan. Safe travels.
Yeah. Hey, thank you.
Coach, appreciate it, Coach. Safe travels.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Coach. Appreciate it.